Here a short time ago, a young lady called up, made an appointment with me, and when she came in, she sat there and wept a little. You know how women do. And when she'd filled hers, I handed her mine, and she says, "I guess I'm jittery." Well, I said, "I've seen young people jittery before." I said, "Now don't let that worry you." I said, "I'll wait till you get over it." And then she says, "I don't believe there's much in this world for us young people these days." She said, all the boys, this was during the war, all the boys are going to war. And she said, and we stay around home, and just what is there to live for anyway? I said, well, have you ever stopped to look at the other side of the story? Now, I said, you remember the story of the two buckets in the well, and as one came up, it said, "This surely is a cold and a dreary world." He says, "No matter how many times I come up full, I'll always have to go down empty." And the other bucket laughed and said, "With me, it's different." He says, "No matter how many times I go down empty, I always come up full." Now, I said, you haven't looked at the other side of the story. I said, if you actually knew, as God knows, you'd know that you're living in the most desirable period of all the world's history, from the beginning of time up to the present time. The Lord said in the Revelation to the prophet Joseph that many are called, but few are chosen. And why are they not chosen? Because they walk in darkness in the light of the noonday sun. Now, the noonday sun is the brightest period of the day's light. And we live in the lightest period of God's light. There's never been a time, so far as we know, when there has been as much revealed truth available to man in the earth as there is at the present time. Nor has there been a time when there were such comforts to be enjoyed as we now enjoy. Why, the average home, even out on the farms as you go through the country, they enjoy comforts and blessings and privileges such as kings and queens didn't enjoy only 100 years ago. I think of when I went on my first mission to Holland. They were still cutting grain with a sickle and a scythe, and riding in streetcars drawn by horses, and no electric lights. For the first year I was there, I went to bed every night with a candlelight and had to shave with a candlelight, and no central heating plants, practically no telephones, and no radios, and no television. And why, they lived a simple life, but that was only a few years back. And here today, we have everything.